Hello everyone, welcome to Beginner Conversational Chinese. Lesson 1, Greetings and Small Talk. Our objectives for this lesson is to learn how to greet others and conduct some basic small talk. Okay, so let's dive in. So the easiest way to greet somebody is to say hello. And in Chinese, we say 你好. Now let's try it together. 你好. Okay, so let's break it down. 你 means the singular you. In Chinese, we don't actually differentiate between the subject and the object, so 你 is both you as the subject and you as an object. And 好 means good. So a lot of you guys might know in Chinese we write with characters, but there's also a handy way of representing Mandarin Chinese sounds called pinyin, which is what you see here. And each pinyin consists of a consonant, which we call an initial, and a vowel, which we call final, which, as you can see here, N, the ni, N part is the initial, and the I part is the final. And don't worry about these technical terms. Some of these sounds are really similar to English. In the future, we'll go over how to say all the pinyin combinations as they come up, so as not to overwhelm you. You might have also noticed some accent marks on the pinyin. These are tone marks. In Mandarin Chinese, we have 5 tones: first, second, third, fourth, and neutral. We're not going to worry too much about the tones in this course, so just imitate me as much as you can. And the reason why we don't emphasize too much on the tones is because the tones are extremely hard to reproduce perfectly as a non-native speaker, and it's harder for people to understand you if you say them wrong versus not saying them at all. For example, in Chinese songs, all the tones get lost because they get carried away by the melody of the song. But we can still understand the lyrics of the song because in most of the situations, you can just tell by the context. So as long as you try to practice it and imitate the words as much as you can, you'll do just fine. And this course is a conversational course, so we are not going to focus a lot on characters. I'll have the characters on there, so if you're interested, you can look them up. If you're really invested in learning Chinese characters, stay tuned for a future course specifically on Chinese characters. When you put a person before 好, that's how you greet them in Chinese. It's pretty simple, huh? So 你好, we're greeting you. And we can swap out the 你 for other persons. Now let's practice 你好 one more time before we move on to the next slide. 你好, 你好. Very good. Here's another way to say hello. 您好, 您好. So 您好 is a way to show respect to the person that you're talking to, because 您 is the honorific form of 你, you. For example, if you're talking to your teacher or your boss, you might want to use 您. Now let's say it one more time. 您好. Here's another hello. 你们好, 你们好. Notice the 们 in the middle doesn't have an accent mark. That's because it's the neutral tone, so we kind of say it without any emphasis on it. 你们 means you, plural. 你们. 们 is a plural marker that you can use for pronouns and persons. We'll see more examples of 们 later. 好 means good again. 你们好, hello you guys. Okay, very good. Let's move on. The way you say how are you in Chinese is very easy. 你好吗? 你好吗? Now we've already seen 你 and 好. The only new word here is 吗. 吗 is a question particle, and basically it just serves a grammatical function. So when you make a statement and you put a 吗 at the end, it turns the statement into a yes or no question. So literally, 你好吗 means you good, yes or no, which is are you good? But we often use it to mean how are you? Let's say it again. 你好吗? Okay, next slide. So how would you answer 你好吗 when you're feeling pretty good? You can just say 我很好. Let's say it together. 我很好。我 means I or me. 我。很 literally means very, but we often use it to just connect subjects and adjectives. And 好 is good. Do you notice something about the sentence structure? Yeah, there's no to be in it. I'm literally saying I very good instead of I am very good. This is one idiosyncrasy with the Chinese language that we don't always need to be with adjectives. We just need a topic and a comment. So here the topic is 我, I. And then the comment is 很好, very good. Okay, so here's a challenge question. If 我 means I or me, how would we say we or us? Now think back to a previous slide that we went over. Remember, 们 is the plural marker. So you can put it after 我 to mean we or us. 我们 means we or us. Just like 你们 means you plural. Before we leave this slide, let's say it one more time. 我很好. Literally, I very good, but it means I'm good. What if you are busy? You can say 我很忙. One more time. 我很忙. So again, we've seen 我 before, and 很. You just need to switch out good 好 for 忙, which is busy. Notice the final of this pinyin 忙 has 3 letters, A and G. So with NG as the ending, you produce a nasal sound at the back of your nose. So it's on, mong, mong. Very good. 我很忙 means I'm busy. Let's move on. What if you're tired that day? Then you can say 我很累. 我很累. Again, we've seen 我 and 很 already. 累 means tired. Here's a handy mnemonic for you. When you are tired, you want to lay down. Get it? So 累 means tired. Say it one more time. 我很累. I'm tired. Now, before we move on, let's do another challenge question. How would we say you are tired? Very good. You just need to swap out 我 for 你, you. 你很累. You are tired. Now let's do another challenge question. How would we say, are you tired? Now you have to think back a few slides further back. Do you remember the question word for yes or no questions? Good job, it's ma. So you just say, you are tired, and put ma at the end. 你很累吗? 你很累吗? Very nice. Now here's another way to say I'm good, I'm quite good, which is 我挺好, 我挺好. So 我 is the same 我, 挺 is kind of like 很, very or quite, used again to connect subjects and adjectives, and obviously can be used with other adjectives, not just 好. So how would you say I'm quite tired? 我挺累, 我挺累. I'm quite busy. 我挺忙, 我挺忙. Okay, let's move on. How would you say I'm not bad? 我不错, 我不错. Let's break it down. 我不错. 不 is used for negation. 错 means wrong. So 不错 literally means not wrong, but here it means not bad. 我不错. Notice how when I said 不 by itself, it sounds a little different from the 不 in 不错. That's because the tone has changed for the 不. This happens to a lot of Chinese characters. When you say them individually, they sound slightly different than when you put them in the context. So 不 by itself sounds like 不, But when you put it in not bad, it's 不错,不错. If this sounds too confusing, just try to, again, imitate me as much as you can. 我不错, I'm not bad. Now you've answered the question about yourself. What about you is really easy to say. 你呢?你呢? Now, 你 again means you. 呢 is a particle that we place at the end of a sentence to introduce a new subject. It's really easy to use. You just put it after a subject. So, what about you is 你呢?你呢? How would you say, what about you, but you want to show respect to that person? Do you remember the honorific form of you? 您, good job. 您呢?您呢? What about me? 我呢?我呢? Very good. And to answer that question, if the person has already said, I'm good, you want to say, I'm also good, then you could say, 我也很好. Now let's say it with me. 我也很好. 我也很好. So 我 is I or me. 也means also. Notice how 也 also sounds a little different when I say it by itself, 也 versus in the sentence, 我也很好. It's not quite as stressed and long as when I say it by itself. And we've already seen 很好. So the way you use 也, you just put it after the subject before a verb or adjective. Pretty simple. 我也很好. Okay, so how would you say, I am also tired? I'm also tired. Remember the mnemonic for tired? When you're tired, you want to, yeah, very good. You want to lay down. So you could say, 我也很累. 我也很累. What about, I'm also busy? So you just need to swap out 好 for 忙, and it becomes 我也很忙. Okay, very good. We've gone over a lot of stuff, so it's time for a review. So, do you remember the 3 ways to say hello? Very good. We can just say 你好. If you want to show respect, you can say 您好. If you're saying hi to a group of people, you can say 你们好. Next one, how would you say, how are you to one person? Very good. You just say 你好 and put 吗 at the end. 你好吗? Again, it literally means, are you good? But we use it to mean, how are you? So the next question is, what are the 3 ways to say I'm good? It could be I'm good, I'm quite good, or I'm not bad. Yeah, so it's 我很好, literally I very good. 我挺好, I quite good. 我不错, I not bad. The next question is, how would you say I'm tired? Now, if you remember my mnemonic, this one should be a piece of cake. 我很累. Because if you're tired, you want to lay down. The next one is a little challenging. How would you say, we are also busy? Yeah, so first of all, we need to figure out how to say we, which is I plus the plural marker, which is 们. So 我们. We don't need to say are, but we do need to say also, which is 也. And then busy is 忙. You can throw a 很 in there. 我们也很忙. 我们也很忙. Okay, the last one. How would you say, what about you, as in plural you? This one should be easier. 你们呢? So you plural is 你们, 你 plus the plural marker 们. 呢 indicates a change of subject. 你们呢? Very good. Confucius once said, isn't it a happy thing to practice often after learning something? So now let's practice. We're going to do a practice conversation. And you're going to be conversing with me. I'm going to say something and give you a moment to think about it and answer before I review the answer. Okay, are you ready? Let's get started. 你好. That one should be easy. You just have to repeat it back to me and say 你好 back. 你好吗? So that one is also pretty easy if you understood it. 你好吗 means how are you? So depending on your own condition, you can respond with I'm good, 我很好, or I'm tired, 我很累, or I'm busy, 我很忙, or I'm quite good, 我挺好, or I'm not bad, 我不错. You have quite a few choices. Now I want you to say back to me, what about you? Yeah, that's very easy, just 2 syllables. 你呢? 你呢? Unless you want to show respect, then you can say 您呢? 您呢? Now I'm going to answer this question and have you tell me what I just said. 我也很好. 我也很好. Yep, that means I'm also good. 也 means also. Very good. We've accomplished a lot in today's lesson. Thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you in our next lesson.